First opened back in 2010, we're on the air from Target Field here in downtown Minneapolis. It's Game 4 of the World Series between the San Diego Padres and the Minnesota Twins. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to the World Series here on the show. With me is Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. And Dan, lots of storylines here as we approach the start of Game 4.
Well, I can't help but be impressed with the way these guys have come into this series and just flat out handled their business. They're hitting on all cylinders, and I don't want to fully count out the other guys, but if the last 3 games are any indication of how this will play out, I think this series could be over really quick.
The build-up to this one is just about over. It's time for all the drama of World Series baseball on the show. And we'll have it for you next.
So it'll be Devin Smeltzer getting the ball for the Twins here in Game 4 with their season on the line.
To have all 4 of your pitches on, but I think if this guy can have 2 or 3 of his 4 pitches and have command of them, he's going to have a really good game.
So stepping in is Tommy Pham, and we are set for baseball here this evening.
Tommy Pham steps in. Gonna give it a go. He suffered an injured arm.
First pitch of the AB on its way.
In Game 3.
And he gets the call that time.
At the knees, ball. At the knees, rather, strike 1. Pham did suffer that right arm injury. You can see the sleeve he's wearing in Game 3. Told Jay Stingler he wanted to give it a go.
And it's 1-1.
That misses inside,
Only
ball
the
1.
Second pitch of the game tonight, and that's called a ball. This looks like it could be very good for the hitters tonight.
No offer on
High
that one.
fastball misses, ball 2.
The mercury has dipped under 50, 49 degrees here at first pitch. And this will miss as well, so he's in danger of losing the leadoff man here tonight. It's 3-1 now. And he lays off. Ball
And a
4.
leadoff walk to a Pham. So Cronenworth will step up.
Is Jake Cronenworth. First chance for him here with a man on following the leadoff walk.
So Pham with that injured arm draws a leadoff walk as he risks stealing second here with that bad arm. He's going with the bad arm. Throw to second. Not in time.
He's making it pretty obvious why he's batting leadoff, isn't he?
Tommy Pham cutting through injured right arm. Cut and makes it into second safely. So a stolen base after the leadoff walk, and Pham is on second.
Tries to go the other way.
Cronenworth swings. This is into shallow left, and it is caught.
Hauls it in for the first out. And here's a chance
The first out of the inning.
for the visiting San Diego Padres.
Look at the starting 9. Same as it was in Game 3.
Well, Matt, this goes for both lineups. They know they're dealing with a tough test in a pitcher's park, but they can't let that bother them too bad, or they'll walk out of here a 3-4 game set, 0 for 12, 0 for 15. They have to find a way to stay within themselves line drive approach. One will carry out of here if they get it.
Fernando Tatis
That's
Jr.
taken
comes on
strike
with
one.
Here as he looks at a called strike one. Great chance to drive in a run here in the early going.
The 0-1.
And here's one that misses to the
Misses
flyer.
ball
Shortstop
one.
gets a ball and a strike. And there are the umpires working this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Patrick Johnson.
Yeah, Dan, we got Patrick Johnson behind the dish tonight. Fairly standard strike zone most of the time, but he's definitely a pitcher's umpire.
Throw back to second.
He'll give a
Bam,
little bit
back.
on the corners, both inside and outside. I think he's a fair umpire, but I would rate him more as a pitcher's umpire than a hitter's umpire.
That's in there on
Take
the
strike
other
two
half. 1-2
inside.
Hey, I still believe in my heart the best pitch is a well-executed fastball down and away, and that's exactly what that is. He swings at that. That's off the
Swung
end of the
on a
bat. That's
pitch
not hard to
inside,
contact that ball,
strike
and that's an
three.
easy out for the defense.
So we got
Two
him
outs
swinging.
in the
Fernando
first.
Tatis Jr. goes down for out number 2 in the top half.
Great pitch there by Smeltzer. Got him with a breaking ball inside that Tatis decided to chase. The second out of the inning. Here is Machado. Look back to second. That's taken inside, strike one.
For him here to pick up that runner from second with 2 away.
A look back. Now the 0-1.
Hangs on him a bit that
Hit
time.
hard
It's
into
belted out
center.
to deep center field.
Cave gives it a run. He makes the catch up the track, and the inning is over.
One left for San Diego. And now the Twins
Padres strand him in on second. We go to the bottom of the first in game 4. No score here in Target Field.
Darvish
It'll be Yu Darvish in this potential closeout game for the Padres.
Yu Darvish is what you look at when you're looking for an ace. Big, strong guy, came over from Japan, 95 to 97 miles an hour, all the way back from Tommy John surgery, has the curveball, the changeup, and the slider.
Andrelton Simmons
at any count.
leading it off for the Twins here in game 4.
Early, if he's seeing a lot of swings and misses and strikeouts, it's going to be a long day for those guys swinging the bat.
Cutter breaks in, strike one. And what a first pitch there by Darvish. Simmons looking away. I don't think he can even believe that pitch. It broke in for strike one.
0-1 pitch on its way.
Here's the 0-1. 1-1. Look over now the deal. Way outside ball 2.
Ball right there. Good pitch. But if he wants to get him to swing at it, he'll have to bring it in a little bit closer to the strike zone.
So 2-1 on its way to Andrelton Simmons. Swings on it but fouls it off. Count evens up. Two on its way. Just misses ball 3. A Rice on deck. Full count to the leadoff man, Andrelton Simmons, here in game 4. Swung on and missed on a cutter below the knees, and he's down on strikes. First punch out of the night for Darvish to start game 4.
He comes back with a better pitch and gets the
Got him on a breaking ball that was below the knees. Discretion may have been the better part of valor there by Simmons. He lays off that. It's ball 4. Decided to chase one, and he's sitting on the bench with a strikeout.
That'll bring up Louis.
Here's a Rice. Swings at the first pitch, down the first base line. Hosmer's there. 2 quick outs. Here on the bottom of the first.
From Target Field to take a look at the Twins lineup in this one. Mark DeRosa, how do they go about keeping this series alive?
It is the same 9 for Minnesota that we've seen throughout this postseason run. Donaldson is up.
When you get in a car to drive to the yard, you tell yourself, even though you felt bad about it, just get 2 or 3.
Ball
The
one.
pressure's on the big boy to have to execute, and he usually does. Look for this lineup to try and execute and score, manufacture 1 or 2 runs early in this one.
Now Darvish with 2 quick outs here in the first.
A 1-1 count now. To
That
Donaldson.
breaks at the knees. Strike 1.
Darvish pauses. Here it comes. And a check swing.
Check
here as he
swing.
couldn't help
They
himself.
say he
It's ruled
went.
strike 2.
Strike 2. 1-2 on its way.
Here's the pitch. A shot down the first base.
Down the first base line. Past Hosmer. Fair ball on the way to the wall.
The throw into second.
Myers launches to second. Donaldson in with a 2-out double.
Man, it looked like the pitcher was trying to get him to go fishing at a pitch out of the strike zone. He went for it all right, but he managed to
1-2
catch
count.
that base.
Donaldson chased it low and ripped one down the line and right to keep this first inning alive. And now here's Sano. 2 on, man on second in the bottom of the first here in game 4.
Miguel Sano digs in next. As
Bat
the first pitch to
breaks
him is off the
outside,
plate
ball
for a ball,
1.
1-0.
Crowd comes to their feet here in Minneapolis. "1-0 on its way.
That evens it up.
Fouled
1-1.
back.
Donaldson stands at second with 2 gone.
The 1-1. Waits now, deals.
Lays off for a
Misses
ball.
ball 2.
2-1.
That's a great pitch for a spot like that. It looks like a strike, then it just comes in out of the zone. You can command that with movement. It's a very effective pitch to pitching hitters inside.
Donaldson leads off second. Darvish deals the 2-1.
3-1.
Misses high, ball
You would think in this
3.
situation, maybe with a base
With
open, you
Kepler
just
on
pitch around
deck.
and put him on first.
And a chance for
But not with the
Minnesota
guy
to
in
get
the
something
on-deck
started
circle.
here in
He's
game
gonna
4.
attack this hitter.
A look back, now the 3-1.
Right on the inside.
That breaks
Black
inside on the
taken for a
corner, strike 2.
You can really tell they're trying to keep the ball in on this.
Great
slugger
3-1
right here.
pitch there
Is that
by
an effort to
Darvish,
keep
and
him
now
from getting extended, do you think?
Yeah,
got
I
a
think
lot of
that's the
options
idea,
here
Matt, but he might
on a
spin
full
the way
count.
He starts looking for it in there.
Donaldson's going on the pitch. 3-2 on its way.
Swung on and missed.
Swung on
that's
and
the final
missed.
out of the
Sano
inning.
is down. Darvish out of the inning.
So they can't make anything
So
out of
both
it.
teams strand a man on second in the first. We go to the second here in game 4. No score.
So here's Will Myers. As it'll
In
be
steps
5,
Will
6,
Myers.
and 7 due up to kick off the second inning.
Smeltzer will now
the
deal
first
to
pitch.
Myers.
As he'll take a changeup.
Strike
here for
1,
strike
take it
1.
down the heart of the plate.
It's pretty tough for a hitter to go up there looking for a first pitch changeup. And a good job of dropping it in for strike 1.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
0-1 on its way.
Oh, and he's really getting
Swung
the
and
better of
missed
him now.
right below the
Strike 2.
knees.
Really
Strike 2.
changeup right there. It died right before the plate, and he was left reaching for air.
A 1-2 count to Will Myers.
Ball 1.
Hey, textbook waste pitch right there. Does he go elevated fastball again or something slow below the zone?
Oh, now here's a drive out to
Hit hard into right center. That ball is down and all the way to the wall.
for second.
A leadoff double for Myers here in the
And he is
second.
into second base with a
Standing
leadoff
up.
double.
Wow, not sure what the pitcher was thinking, serving up a fastball right over the heart of the
Tries
plate.
to go
His eyes
fastball
got as
low
big
and
as
away.
saucers as he blasts
Myers
this thing,
digs
putting
down
himself into scoring
and
position
pulls
to
that all
start
the
off
way to the
inning.
wall. Big time hit to start the inning. In steps Grisham. Back-to-back innings. The Padres have got him in on second. Swings right away. Foul ball. If the Twins win this game, Game 5 will be tomorrow. If the Padres win, they're the champs. The season could very well end here tonight at Target Field. The 0-1. Swung on and missed. Strike 2.
That changeup is an absolute beaut. They call it the great equalizer for a reason.
Here's the 0-2.
Way outside, ball 1. Foul back, count stays 1 and 2.
He's certainly pushing the throttle and pulling it with those 4 pitches. Statistics class tells me I'm sitting fast.
He'll try again, 1-2.
Foul back again. Grisham keeping it alive.
Swing and a liner.
Hit hard into left. Everybody
Third now.
Hey, this
back
has
to
the makings
back,
of
2
being a
straight
really
hit,
big
2
inning
strike
Devo
hits
deal.
rather for the
Double down on a
Padres.
base hit, and all of a sudden we're looking at first and third.
Yeah, sometimes you wake up and just get
Trying to
smacked
get
in
it
the
to
mouth
break
right here. He's gonna
outside,
have
but
to
a
start
great
executing
job by
pitches. He
Grisham to
cannot
keep
leave
the
a
at-bat
ball
alive,
on the
work
plate
the
right
count,
here. He's gonna have
and
damage
deliver
on
with
his
a single. So they're at the corners with nobody out. Here's Profar. Ball 1 taken.
And they're runners at the corners now.
Smeltzer now facing some adversity here
1-0.
in the second. Swung on and fouled away. The 1-1. Swung on and missed early. Strike 2.
2 strikes now and a runner at first. Do you go for the strikeout or you're still looking for the double play ball?
Pretty good spot to be in as a pitcher right now. You can go for the
Already
or
13
try to
pitches
deuce the
for
ground ball to get a
Smeltzer
double play.
here in the second with nobody out.
Here comes the 1-2.
1-2 on its way.
Down the line at
Hit
first.
hard down the first base line. One's gonna score. There's a double play. Padres strike first here in Game 4.
It certainly looked like they might have had a big inning cooking there with first and third and no outs, but the double play kind of kills it. They did get the run in. But
Good
the
job by
batter doesn't get
Profar, though.
credit
He
for an
did
RBI.
exactly what he needed to do despite the double play, bringing the run home and getting the Padres on the board. So in steps Hosmer, batting in the 8th spot here tonight.
As he'll look at a fastball
Takes
too
ball
high for
1.
ball 1. He'll work on
Padres have
keeping this
scored
top of the
first in
second
all
alive.
4 games of this World Series. Or 3 of the 4 games of this World Series. Twins scored first in the first inning of Game 1 in San Diego. That's the last time they led a game in this
And he misses
series.
again, 2-0.
That's taken for ball 2.
Goes the other way, and this is in
Hit
the air
hard
out
over
to
the
left.
infield.
And Simmons will make
And
the
that
play
is
here
the
to
end of the
retire
inning.
the side.
Simmons makes the catch. But
Padres able to
Profar
pick
gets
up
the
one on a couple
RBI.
of hits. On now to the
Padres
bottom
have
of the
struck
second.
first for the
It's
3rd time in this
Padres
series and lead it
and the
1-0.
Twins, nothing. Last half of the second set to
Kepler
go.
steps
And
in.
Standing in is the veteran outfielder, Max Kepler.
In the 5-hole here tonight.
First pitch coming, here it is.
First pitch.
He takes a cold strike at the
Breaks
knees.
in, strike one. Right at the knees. What a pitch. Let's start the at-bat.
And the pitch.
0-1.
And the shift
Hit hard into right, but this ball's gonna die. First down of the inning.
Is over to his left as he snags this one for the first out of the inning.
So here's how the San Diego Padres are positioned defensively.
Here's the Padres infield. Noah Machado, Tatis, Cronenworth, Hosmer, Myers, Grisham, and Pham in the outfield.
He's going to add more to that on the defensive side.
Jay Cave steps in.
So here's Jake Cave to
First
the plate.
pitch.
As the first pitch to him
At
is
the
in there for a
knees,
cold strike
taking
one.
strike one.
And there's a fastball
Inside,
well off the
ball
plate
one.
inside. The
1-1
set
on its
and the
way.
1-1 pitch.
Fouled back.
Padres an early 1-0 lead here in the second.
The 1-2.
And a swing and a miss.
Swung on and missed. Strike three. Two outs in the inning.
Now let's take another look at our playoff brackets. And of course, the question on everybody's mind, will we crown a champion here tonight? Now
Here's
to the plate
Polanco.
here is Jorge Polanco. Head-to-head numbers with Yu Darvish. He's 1 for 4. Darvish pauses. Here comes the first pitch.
Ball one.
The 1-0.
1-0.
Is taken strike.
That's a heater
Man,
right
you
at
don't
the
see this in
knees.
today's
Strike
game that
one.
much. A guy who's willing to work east-west consistently with a great cutter two-seamer combo.
The 1-1 on its way. Fouled back. 1-2. And Darvish a strike away from a 1-2-3 second inning.
Down the first base
Hit
line.
hard down the
Hosmer
first
has
base
it,
line, but the
and
inning
will
is
step on
over.
the bag
1,
himself,
2,
and the
3
inning is
for
over.
Darvish in the second.
The love of the game runs deep with these folks.
We go to the
Game
third in
four
game
rolls
4.
along. We're back
Padres
after
lead
this.
1-0.
That'll bring up Austin Nola, and he'll start out there.
In
half of the
steps
third.
Nola.
Top of the order to follow. First offering on its way.
First pitch. Missed ball one.
And that one misses badly.
Off
It's
the
ball
knee.
two.
Ball two. That was off the knee of Garver.
And it's
Swung
fouled
on
away.
and fouled away. Strike one. Padres got a
The
run
2-1 home.
in the second to take a 1-0
This pitch
lead.
is popped up.
Hit hard but popped up.
To the right of the
Donaldson gives it a run behind the pitcher, and that's the first out of the inning. So Pham back up. Drew a leadoff walk to start the game.
So now to the plate, Tommy Pham worked a walk his first time up.
Pham with that injured arm.
The pitch.
But cutting it out here in this closeout game.
Swing and a liner.
Swung on and a base hit. Tommy
outfield
Pham
for a
with
one-out
one
base
good
hit.
arm. A leadoff single with a single with one out in the third. How in the world is Tommy Pham cutting this out with one arm? A leadoff walk to start the game and a one-out single in the third.
As he'll take a look at an
Cronenworth
off-speed pitch here that
takes
misses for
ball one.
Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far.
0 for 1. Smeltzer
And they
deals.
pitch out here,
Pitch
but
out to
nothing's
make
going
sure. Ball 2. So it's 2-0 now to Cronenworth.
And now they've got him in a run.
And now throw back. They got him in a pickle. Throw to second is not in time. They had him in a pickle. The throw was late. Pham beats it out.
Early, but they just couldn't finish him off. We'll see if that comes back to bite him.
Wow! Unbelievable. Rocco Baldelli cannot believe it. The throw to second was late. They had him in a pickle, and Pham got away and gets to second safely. Now the 2-0, 3-0.
Big danger now. It's 3-0.
What a development here in Game 4.
Pham leads off second with one gone in the inning.
3-0.
That one's in there.
Strike
3-1.
one.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating, feeling really good about his fastball.
Swing and a miss at a high fastball. Strike 2. It has been an adventure for Smeltzer here in Game 4. But a chance to get a big out here.
Now the payoff pitch home.
Full count.
To short.
Ground ball to short. Pham will stay. 2 out. But if they had been able to get Pham on that pickle, that would have ended the inning. Instead, there's 2 outs and a man on second.
He's got to put that one behind him, especially with runners in scoring position.
Tatis
Those
now up 0
punch-outs
for
will stick
1.
with you a little longer.
A decent lead at second. Here's the pitch.
Ball 1 taken.
Looked like he just tried to do too much with that fastball right there. He overthrew it a little bit. That's pretty much the case when you airmail a fastball like that.
Smeltzer looks back, now deals a 1-0.
2-0.
Missed off the corner,
This
ball
is one of those
2.
tricky spots for a pitcher, right? You have an open, but you have a guy that can do a lot of damage. Not a good pitch.
Dono on deck, inning continues.
2-0.
To back the pitch, was able to keep the inning alive. Here's a hits the corner. Especially with something late. The sun, Smeltzer gun. Can the end? Smeltzer gets in on ball. Trump Stardota down 1-0. Their season on the. They have game here.
Defense better certain from himself.
Up over second. Cronenworth there. Here comes Garver. 5 in a row retired by Darvish after that 1-out double by Donaldson. Mitch Garver. 0-0. Missed ball 1. On its way.
Is offered at, but
Swung
missed.
on and missed over the heart of the plate. Strike 1. This Garver just couldn't get the timing down.
1 out, nobody on.
Strike 1. On its way to the Twins catcher, Mitch Garver.
1-2 to the Twins.
Looks
catcher.
at it. Strike 2. Pretty much same location there, but instead of chasing it that time, Garver laid off.
Ready
1.
to
And it's strike 3.
4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
6 in a row now retired by Darvish.
Strikeout there. Not a whole lot to say.
Top of the order, back up, it's
Said a million
Simmons.
times already. That's just a real tough pitch for a hitter to pick up out of a pitcher's hand. So they end up chasing when they're in protect mode.
Simmons here in game, grounded. 7 straight retired by Darvish. 3 gone in game 4. The 1 run on the board. The difference so far, it's 1-0.
Start of the 4th upcoming, but first, Heidi Watney standing by with a report. Digging in.
Machado will lead off the 4th.
He's 0 for 1 thus far.
The third baseman, number 13, Manny Machado.
And now the first pitch.
Here's the first pitch to Machado. Looks at it right at the knees.
Hey, this is exactly
Strike
what he'd like
1.
to draw it up. Not throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, but the bottom line is he's getting out.
Inside fastball, Machado
strike
lays
down to
off.
Machado.
1-1.
This is on the ground over.
Grounded and through. Base hit, a leadoff single in the 4th for Manny Machado.
The right fielder, number 5, Will
Here comes Myers, 1 for 1. With a double here in this game 4.
Here's Will Myers. As he will take strike 1.
That's
Fastball
taking
here,
strike
no balls
1
and a
at the
strike.
corner.
It was a double for him in his
Double
first
and a
turn at
run
the plate.
scored for Myers here in game 4.
Comes set
The
and
0-1.
0-1.
Missed low, ball 1. Couldn't get him to chase. One on its way.
Now it's
Swung and missed way early, strike 2. One-two on its way to Myers.
Still
Pop
ball and 2
foul.
strikes.
Stays 1-2.
Somebody's sitting off speed right here. Only way he was late on that heater is he was expecting another changeup.
Not close with the
Just
off-speed
missed,
pitch
trying to
taken
get
for
him
the
to
ball.
chase out of the zone. He laid off 2-2.
Grounder down
That's
the line.
it, hard and through, base
Through
hit,
for a hit.
down the line. 2 on, no out here in the 4th again. The Padres hitters are delivering here tonight. Another jam for Smeltzer here in game 4. Now in steps Grisham. Myers 2 for 2.
Stepping in now, Trent Grisham. As he'll try to hold
Check
back on the
swing,
but he
didn't
went around
matter.
for the first strike.
It's
1 for
strike
1
1.
with a single so far.
Smeltzer in another jam
He's
here
ready.
in the
Here's
4th.
0-1. Oh, double play ball
To second.
4.
They're going to
One
go
there.
to
On
second and
first,
only
but
able to
not
get
in time as
1.
he's in there
Grisham
ahead of
able
the
to
draw.
leg it out.
That was
So
kind of
only
a
1 out,
high
and they're at the
degree of
corners
difficulty
here in
that
game
time.
4 in the
You see
4th.
off-balance throw to second base, and he couldn't
See
get
a
a
Rice
lot on it,
thinking
but they
about
did get the out.
going to first, instead went to second. You got 1. There's only 1 out and 2
Here's
on.
Jurickson
Profar with a
As the
chance
first
to
pitch here's a bit high.
deliver in a
It's
big
0-1.
moment. At the
0 for 1
corners,
for him
1
here
out in the
this one.
4th. Profar grounded out in the 2nd. He is not credited with the RBI because it was a double play.
The 1-0 delivery.
And his bat did drive in the only run of the game. That's strike 1.
With 1 out and runners on the corners, some managers like to hit and run here. It's a little risky, but it can help you stay out of the double play.
Grisham
if
on
it's well
first,
executed.
Myers on... Grisham on first. Machado on third.
Here's the 1-1.
Here's the 1-1.
Now a
That hits high, strike two.
Big pitch coming up right here. He'd love for a ground
60
ball or a
pitches
strikeout.
already for Devin Smeltzer.
1 run, 5 hits.
Trying to get out of
No errors in the
another
ballgame for the
jam the Padres have created here in the fourth. Throw back to first, Grisham safe. There's just a check there. You got to try to keep that double play ball alive. Gotta be wary of a steal by Grisham as well. Hit hard. This could be two. To second for one. There's a double play. And Smeltzer out of the fourth inning unscathed. So Profar, 2 at-bats, 2 double plays grounded into. Smeltzer out of trouble. 3.5 going in game 4. 1-0 San Diego. In steps Luis Arias. He will furbish for the second time. Grounded out back in the first. Just 2 for 13 in this World Series. Trying to make something happen. Here in the fourth inning of game 4, down a run. Swung at the first pitch, strike one.
Hey, he's got great feel for that pitch.
Yeah,
right
he
there.
thought
He can
about
throw it anytime
laying
he
off, but
wants for a
very
strike.
late decided to chase it low. And he paid for it with a strike. Oh, 1 on its way. Swung inside, 0-2. Way inside, Arias decided to swing at it, and it's strike 2.
The cutter inside is a very effective pitch.
0-2 now on its way. Got him on strikes. Arias
Yeah, as they say,
down
there's a
on
hole in the
strikes.
swing in that location.
8 in a row, retired by Darvish.
That can be real hard for
Right
some
at
guys
the
to
knees.
overcome.
Great 0-2 pitch, and Arias got it very aggressive on that at-bat. Chased that inside fastball on 0-1. Darvish had a chance to do anything he wanted on 0-2. Got him at the knees. That hits the corner, strike 1. Donaldson is the only Twin with a hit in this game. It was a double in the first with 2 outs. Darvish has retired the last 8. Swing and a mitt and a foul
There's
ball.
another pitch
Darvish
for a strike,
quickly
and
ahead
this guy's
0-2.
really attacking hitters well tonight, being aggressive early on, and if he continues to throw strikes like he is, he's going to have a pretty good night.
0-2 on its way. Josh Donaldson
Fastball just misses. That's
got him to lay off.
Man, that's
Ball
a good
1.
take there on that 0-2 fastball just missed. He must have a really good eye at the plate.
The 1-2
1-2.
is looked at for
High
ball number 2.
fastball count evens
That was
up.
a tempting pitch to swing at right there. A big power guy like this really wants something that he can elevate and drive out of the ballpark.
And the slider
Check
gets him
swing.
swinging.
They
2
say he went. Strike
Hold him just
3.
enough with that pitch to
9
get
in a
him
row
around
retired by
40 to the umpire.
Darvish.
Sometimes
And he
it's
is
really
dealing
tough
here
to
in
get
game
strong
4.
guys because once they're committed to swinging,
I think
it's
that
hard
hit
to
the
slow their
knees.
swings
It
down.
just
That
hit the
appears to be
zone
the case
for a strike. Now here's Sano, 0 for 1.
And now the first pitch. As Darvish will
Swung
jump ahead
on
of
and
him here
missed
with
on a
strike 1.
slider, strike
He's
1.
going to step out of the box, adjust his bat and gloves, and pray he gets the
Another
exact same
first pitch strike
as
for
that one,
Darvish.
Because if it comes again, we like to refer to that one in the biz as a cement mixer.
Darvish
0-1 on
pauses,
its way.
0-1 on its way.
Pop foul,
And he fouls this one
0-2
off.
that quickly.
No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors in the ballgame for Minnesota.
0-2 to Sano.
Oh, he went for the
Way
knockout
outside,
catch that
ball
time with a
1.
good eye, 1-2.
He wasn't even close to swinging right there. That was a stone-cold take.
The 1-2 to Miguel Sano.
Shoots this
Hit
one
hard to
over front.
first. Hosmer's there, inning over. Another 1-2-3 inning for you, Darvish. 10 in a row retired. Here in this game 4 by Darvish. Just 1 hit allowed in 4 innings. Padres lead 1-0.
all set for the start of the inning.
In steps Hosmer to lead off the fifth.
Eric Hosmer.
This game blowing by with just the one run. Smeltzer has been in a jam 3 of the 4 innings, and he's only given up a run.
Well hit the other way.
Speaking of a jam, that's hit hard in the left. That could be a double. And it will be another leadoff double for San Diego. Hosmer delivers.
Their own pitcher is absolutely dealing right now, so this is a big moment in this
First
game.
pitch swing into the gap by Eric Hosmer.
They need to get the W here.
And once again, San Diego starts the inning with a big-time base hit.
Standing in now, Austin Nola. As the first pitch to him runs
Ball
a bit
one
inside for
taken
ball
by
one.
Nola.
He popped out in his first trip.
All 5 innings in this game, the Padres have had a man at least get to second base.
And he
2-0 now.
It's 2-0. Now some action
Shoemaker
out in the
and Happ
Minnesota pen, as it
are
looks
getting
like both
loose
the
in the
lefty
pen.
And the right-hander are up to throw.
Can Smeltzer get out of this again and keep it a 1-0 game? Pham is on deck. Then Cronenworth.
2-0 on the way. Too high.
3-0 to Nola.
3-0.
With Pham on deck.
Hosmer leads off second with nobody
Hosmer
out.
on second. Nola at the plate. The look back to second. Now the 3-0.
And he takes
Missed him, ball 4. 2 on, no out again for San Diego. Here comes Pham.
Left fielder, Tommy.
Wow.
Back to the top of the
Here
order
is
now.
Pham now.
And next
1
it'll
for
be the
1. He's got a
outfielder,
single and
Tommy
a
Pham.
walk. Broke a bone in his arm in game 3 on a slide into
Here's the first
second.
offering.
Is
Now,
playing
both
here in
runners are
game
breaking.
4. That's hit hard into right. But it's going to die.
He's there and he makes the catch
Caught
for the out. And
for the
runner
first down of the
not
inning by
tagging will retreat
Buxton.
to second base.
So because both runners went on the pitch, nobody goes. It's first and second. 1 out.
Couple of runners
Here's
on base with
Cronenworth.
1 down, and that'll bring up Jake Cronenworth.
That's a big time first down. It was a risk to run on that pitch and try a double steal. Hit hard, but Buxton able to run it down. And nobody's able to
Ready
go.
deal. Here comes the first pitch.
That hits the high corner,
Shocked he
strike
didn't let it
1.
fly right there. Usually you're looking for a fastball
Hosmer
elevated to
on
get the party
second.
started.
0-1 count.
Here's the
pitch.
0-1.
And this is high,
1-1.
ball and a strike.
Hosmer on second, Nola on first, with a 1 out of the top of the 5th against Evan Smeltzer. 1-0 Padres trying to clinch a championship here in game 4. 1-1.
And
Miss
it takes
low,
ball 2, and it's
2-1.
2-1.
Has to be a challenge.
Tried to
pitch
get him
coming
to
up here.
chase, but
He
Cronenworth did a
probably
good
doesn't
job
want
there of
folks
laying
avoiding the
up.
bases.
Here's Smeltzer here. You gotta try to get a double play ball. You cannot
First and
let
second now, 1 man
another
out.
runner get on base here in this inning. Trying to do everything he can to keep this a 1-run game. 3-1 in the dirt. Cronenworth lays off again.
Team's been struggling on offense.
Tatis on deck.
Pound the zone.
Potentially could come up with the bases loaded.
The 3-1 pitch.
3-1.
Tried to
Fouled
crush
off
that
hard,
ball, and now
3-2.
perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes.
Chance to get out of this threat again for
3-2
Smeltzer.
pitch.
3-2. Fouled around the third base line. Cronenworth keeps it alive, at least for the moment.
Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch coming up.
3-2 on its way to Cronenworth after the look back.
Lifted the other
Hit
way out
hard
to
into
left
center. Cave
Long
gives it a
run for the
run.
center
He
fielder,
catches it
and
for
he
the second
tracks
out
it
of the
down.
inning.
Nice
Neither
running
runner
play to
advances.
record the
2
second
on,
out.
2 out. Tatis up.
So with the fly out there coming on the fastball, seems like an appropriate time to check out our pitch speed comparison for these 2 starters. And you can see a 7-mile-an-hour differential there from one to the other.
Here's Tatis 0 for
Next to the
2 with a
plate for the
strikeout and a
Padres,
flyout.
Fernando Tatis Jr.
Here
flew
in
out
game
last
4.
time up.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep.
Smeltzer got 2 outs after walking Nola, got Pham and Cronenworth to fly out.
Look for him to try and
That just misses ball 1.
Hey, this dude's clearly capable of clearing the bases with one swing. So I think the pro guys try to keep the ball off the plate. See if they can get him to chase something.
1-0 on its way after the look back by Smeltzer.
One-run game, the pitch.
Hits the corner, strike 1.
This time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. The set and the 1-1. Swing.
Hit hard in the left. Back at the wall. This ball is gone.
Gone. A 3-run shot.
Fernando Tatis Jr. with his first home run of this World Series. 4-0 Padres here in the 5th. You knew it could happen. You just didn't know when. El Nino finally brings the storm in this World Series and just broke this Game 4 wide open.
Well, people always wonder why some players make so much money, and there's your answer.
Absolutely crushed by Tatis. Just stayed fair and into the second deck. Machado now up. 2 outs in the 5th. Padres have jumped out 4-0. A 3-run blast by Tatis.
It's a good pitch to hit, and it's typically the command that starts slipping when you're fatiguing a little bit. So I can't see him being out there much longer.
Swung on and missed. Strike 1.
Great execution of that changeup right there. Great arm action.
Ground ball back to the pitcher. Inning is over. But finally San Diego gets through in a jam against Smeltzer. Tatis unloads one. 398 into the second deck. Padres lead in the 5th. 4-0.
It's now 4-0 San Diego. Welcome back to Target Field as we send it to Heidi Watney.
In steps Kepler.
Leading up for the Twins, the left fielder, Max Kepler.
Twins now facing a 4-0 deficit here in Game 4. Remember, they faced the same in the 10th inning of Game 4, Game 3 rather, the ALCS, and scored 5 in the 10th.
He hasn't thrown that pitch much all game. I gotta
Strike 1 already to Kepler.
that pitch away and move on to the
Darvish has retired 10 in a row. He's only given up 1 hit. That was back in the 1st. Padres have scored all 4 runs in this game in the time since Darvish's last hit. Given up. 1-1 on its way to Max Kepler.
The 1-1 pitch.
That's hit hard into right. Back at the wall. This ball is gone. Max Kepler with his first home run in this World Series. Twins not out of it yet. It's 4-1 on the home run leading off the 5th by Kepler. Just when you think hope is gone in Minnesota, one last bit of magic from Max Kepler. It's been a terrific postseason run for him. Good eye on that swing. Kepler delivers it. And it's 4-1. The difference that Tatis home run makes. If Smeltzer got out of that inning, this game would have been tied. Instead, it's 4-1. Here comes Cave. Ball 1. Only the second hit of the night given up by Darvish, and it goes 378 into right. Off the bat of Max Kepler. His 4th home run in his postseason. First Twins home run in this World Series. We're in the 5th inning of Game 4. That's hit hard into right, base hit. So the first 2 Twins come up in the 5th and get hits. Kepler the home run into right. Cave a single into right. And here come the Twins. Polanco now steps in.
Jorge Polanco grounded out in his last at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result as his last at-bat. The double play is in order.
Crowd coming alive for the first time tonight.
Certainly roll too.
Twins trying to start a rally. Down by 3 here in the bottom of the 5th.
Comes set. Here's the 0-0
Misses
pitch.
ball 1.
Hey, this pitcher's going to have to step off the mound right here and refocus. Take a deep breath, something. Can't keep falling behind and creating traffic. It puts everybody on edge, not only himself, his defense, and especially his manager.
1-0 to Polanco. 2-0 now. That misses outside.
Hey, after those 2 breaking balls,
Buxton on deck.
Sitting on a fastball right here.
Cave on at first. Nobody
Cave
out.
on first. Nobody out. 2-0 count on its way to Jorge Polanco. 3-0 count. Cutter misses low.
3-0.
With Buxton on
In
deck.
the box right now, I'm coming unglued. He is going to throw something over the heart of the plate.
To Polanco. After the look over to first. Swung on 3-0. Fouled off 3-1. Did the right thing there. Chase the 3-0. As he knew Darvish is going to have to throw one over the zone. Polanco fouled it away. 3-1. Swung on and missed. 3-2. And Darvish has worked this count back full after starting 3-0. Can he get the first down of the inning now? 3-2 on its way. Hit down the third base line. Fouled away. Polanco stays alive. Three-two after the look. Swung on and missed. What a job by Darvish to get back in that at-bat and finally get an out here in the 5th.
Strikeouts left and right, but what's really impressive to me, he hasn't walked anyone either. He's just pounding the zone. His stuff is
Great
dirty
job
today.
there by Darvish. Looked like it was going to be a nightmare start to the inning. Had a 3-0 to Polanco. Was able to work it back full and got the strikeout. Missed ball 1 to Buxton. Popped out back in the 3rd.
And 1 on here in the inning.
Thought maybe for a moment he'd be the tying run at the plate, but instead Polanco goes down on strikes. Here's a 1-0 to Buxton. 2-0 to Buxton.
Well, these guys haven't had
Back-to-back counts have started at least 2-0. Twins starting to work some at-bats here in Game 4. Down by 3. That misses the corner. Ball 3. Garver on deck. If Buxton can get on, he'd be the tying run. That's a back count starting at 3-0. Can Darvish work this back like he just did to Polanco? 3-0 on its way. Looks at it. 3-1. Inside fastball. Good take there by Buxton. Didn't want to get it reckless and ground into a potential inning any double play. It's 3-1 to Byron Buxton. Missed ball 4. Tying run is going to come to the plate here in the 5th. It's Mitch Garver. And now the pitching coach is going to come out to talk to Darvish. He's going to stay in the game. But now the tying run is up with 1 on in the 5th. Here comes Garver.
Mitch Garver struck out in his first at-bat.
Struck out back in the 3rd. Third base runner already in this inning for Minnesota.
From the stretch, here's the pitch.
That's taken strike 1.
With some traffic on the base path.
Kepler
nice
went
job
off
by
the inning
pitcher
with
to
a home
execute
run.
strike 1.
Cave with a single. Polanco struck out. Buxton walked. So there's 1 out in the 5th in a 4-1 game.
The 0-1 delivery.
That's hit into left. Long run. And caught. 2 out in the inning.
In foul territory, and there are 2 men out.
Now batting, the
Fam on the long run and that broken bone in his arm. Now here's Simmons. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Tying run at the plate.
One of the best two-strike hitters in baseball, Andrelton Simmons.
Darvish trying to get out of this inning with only the 1 run on the board. Here's an 0-0 and Simmons. Missed high, ball 1.
It's 1-0. 2 down, runners at first and second.
Swung on and caught! Raging out to his right as Hosmer won a grab to maybe save a run and end the inning. Darvish out of the jam. 2 tying runs up, both lined out. Kepler delivers with a home run. First for the Twins in the series. Still alive, 4-1.
Takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
Here is Shoemaker on the pitch. Myers, 2 for 2 tonight, a double, a single, and a run scored. Shoemaker in the 6th. The Twins bullpen going to try to keep this a 3-run game. Myers twitched, didn't swing. Ball 1. Domnak and Robles in the Twins bullpen.
Myers awaiting the 1-0.
1-0. Missed. Ball 2.
This is a spot you really don't want to be in with a great hitter like that. You can't just lay one in there, but you also don't want to run the count to 3-0.
3-0 to Myers.
Shoemaker playing here
Grisham on deck.
Season. He's a 9-year major league vet. From the windup, the 3-0 pitch.
Foul back. Hit into the dugout. Shoemaker's worked this count back full. Swung on and missed. What a job by Shoemaker after the count started 3-0 and Myers is down on strikes.
So that's a good job not to give in and battle back to earn the strike.
Perfect 3-2 pitch there. Splitter breaks over the zone. Tremendous amount of spin on this ball. Myers gave it a good look. Just wasn't able to make contact. And that's the first out of the inning. Next up's Grisham 1 for 2. 1 out here in the 6th. 4-1 San Diego. That's taken for ball 1.
A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Swinging a ball
foul
on the
back,
ground.
1-1.
A foul ball, 1-1.
That misses high, ball 2. Shoemaker demanding the ball be thrown back.
Here's the 2-1 home.
On 2-1. Miss low, ball 3.
On deck.
Profar on deck.
The 3-1 pitch. And
walk.
Nowhere close as his controlled.
Grisham draws a 1-out walk. Now here will be Profar.
Something to hit, but he would have needed a telephone pole to hit that thing way out of the zone.
Well, now you got to settle in here and get Profar.
Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point.
0 for 2 with 2 ground into double plays. Shoemaker going to look for it again here in the 6th. Throw back to Grisham to make sure he's back in safe.
But he's back in.
Padres trying to add to this 3-run lead here in the 6th. That hits the corner, strike 1.
Padres clearly thinking about the steal right here. Didn't happen, but the cat and mouse
Throw
game
back
continues
again.
on.
And he just manages to
Check
get his hand in.
Grisham.
Set to deliver the 0-1.
Grisham's going. Thrown a second. In time by a mile. Grisham's out. 2 outs in the 6th.
Wow, that's a big-time throw right there. And it's
A small jump. Grisham went late. And he's gone down by a mile trying to take second.
Feel good about that one.
Indiscretion was a better part of valor there. Grisham maybe should have gotten a bigger jump. And Carver easily guns him down for the 2nd out of the inning. Now you're a strike away from ending the 6th.
And the pitch.
1-2.
Grounded
Hit hard to
first.
first.
Right
Inning
to
is
Donaldson.
over.
And he'll step on
So
the
the
bag
walk
himself,
didn't
and the
amount to
inning is
much.
over. So they breeze through this
Nothing
half
going
of
in the Padres'
2, 3,
pen, so it looks
4
like
do up
Darvish
in
will
the
go back
bottom
out for the
half of the
6th.
6th.
4-1 San Diego.
4-1.
Here is a Rice, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out in this World Series. Game 4, his team down by 3.
First offering.
First pitch swing, foul ball.
Now the 0-1. This is
Hit hard to
short
center,
left
but it
center.
looks like this
Left
ball will
fielder is
die.
on the
Pham
move.
runs it down to
He
the
gets
first
there
out of
and
the
makes
inning.
Play for the first out.
The bat. The first baseman.
Here comes Donaldson.
Now
1
at the
for
plate,
2 with a
Josh
double
Donaldson,
back in the
who doubled
first.
Earlier in the game, 1 for 2 to this point.
Until the last inning, he was the only Twin tonight with a hit. Twins are down to their final 11 outs of the season. One out in the 6th. Take strike 1.
The 0-1. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. On to second goes Donaldson. And he'll pull into second with 1 away.
I'll tell you, that's one of the first good swings we've seen anybody put on this guy so far. He's been throwing the ball really well, but that was one of the few mistakes we've seen him make.
Donaldson hits it into right. All the way to the wall. His 2nd double of the night. And the Twins now the runner on. Can Sano deliver him? Man on second, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th in a 3-run game.
And
Hit hard,
away.
first pitch, fouled
He's
off.
hitless in his 2 at-bats so far.
Sano just 1 for 12 in this World Series, but now a chance to cut into this Padre deficit here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 0-1.
Oh, this is
Hit hard into left. Pham gives it a run. He catches it.
He runs it down on the
Tommy
running track
Pham
for
with
the
a
second
catch
out
at
of
the track. 2 outs in the inning. That was hit hard,
Well, he hit that ball pretty
but
well.
carried just enough that Pham, the speedster, was able to run it down.
So he would have hit it even better if he would have stayed through the middle of the field with it.
So here's Kepler. Just delivered the home run back in the 5th. Can he do it again in the 6th? Hit down the third base line, a fair ball. Donaldson will round third and score. Kepler is going to be into second with a double. Kepler does it again in back-to-back innings. 4-2 here in the bottom of the 6th.
I guess that's what you call a one-man gang.
Very aggressive first pitch swing down the third base line. Max Kepler has been the star of this Twins run in this postseason. And he just did it again in the bottom of the 6th. And the Twins are right back in this game. It's 4-2. Here's Cave. Kepler's got both RBIs. Swing and a miss on a fastball at the knee. Strike one to Cave. 1 for 2 with a single. Crowd comes to their feet. Tying run at the plate here in the 6th against Darvish in a 4-2 ball game. Misses ball 1.
1 ball and 1 strike.
Tough spot to hit here as a hitter. You have a base open, so you have to almost be trying to think like the pitcher. Is he going to try to pitch around me, or is he going to come in the strike zone?
1-1 on its way to Jake Cave.
And a
Check swing, but it hit the corner. It's a strike. 1-2 on its way to Cave. Swung at it into the inning. Darvish gets out of the 6th, but Kepler does it again. Home run in the 5th. RBI double in the 6th. Twins are alive here in game 4. 4-2. We go to the 7th.
Padres 4 and the Twins 2.
In steps Hosmer.
And standing in, here's the first baseman,
Hosmer Nola
Hosmer.
Pham here in the 7th against Shoemaker. Twins have cut a 4-run deficit to 2. Inside sinker, ball 1. Kepler with both RBIs here in this game. That misses ball 2.
Now here's the pitch.
2-0. 3-0, just like that.
Just when you needed a shutdown inning, a leadoff walk was certainly not on the agenda.
Another
He needs to bear
3-0
down
count to start an inning.
Here's the 3-0
3-0 on its way. Whoa, that broke in. It looked like it was going to be a high ball 4. Broke down in the zone, 3-1. Wow.
Be on the lookout for that one. That's
That was
gonna
a
be
very
big pitch for
deceiving pitch. Unfortunately for Shoemaker, it broke in. And it's strike 1. 3-1 on its way. Missed ball 4. A leadoff walk to Hosmer here in the 7th.
And that's what you want from your leadoff hitter. Shows some great patience and discipline, making the pitcher labor to start the game. The result is a leadoff walk and a chance to make some early
So
noise.
Nola now up. 0 for 1.
Into the box, Austin Nola.
In the dirt, ball 1.
Oh,
It was these middle innings have turned up the drama here of this game 4. A 3-run home run in the top of the 5th by Fernando Tatis Jr. That hits the corner, strike 1. A solo home run by Kepler in the bottom half. Then an RBI double in the bottom of the 6th. 1-1. Hit hard to center. Cave's going to give it a run. That ball's got some carry to it. And Cave makes the catch at the wall.
Running play there for the first out. That was a tough play, so let's take another look at it with Showtrack. Seemed to get a solid read off the bat, took a good angle at it, and he covered over 100 feet to make the grab.
A long run by Cave.
For that one.
At the wall. That at least saved a run. Here's Pham. 1 for 2 with a single in the 3rd. Here's the 0-0 to Pham. Swung on to 3rd. To 2nd for 1. Pham is out. End of the inning. So a leadoff walk doesn't do any damage. Bottom of the 7th here in game 4. Twins down by 2. With 3 innings to go. In steps Polanco. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out.
This is the part of the game where I think we really start seeing what teams are made of, both in terms of battling back, showing some resiliency, and in terms
Darvish
of
back out for the 7th.
locking down that
In a
double.
2-run game. Fastball inside, ball 1. Melanson and Pomerantz warming up in the pen.
And a right-hander up to throw.
You have to suspect Keela will start to get loose in the 8th if this stays within his range of a potential save. 2-0 now to Polanco. That hits the zone. Strike one. He bunts down the third base line, but it is foul. 2-1. Polanco tried to bunt, but it was foul. Hit hard to first. Hosmer's there. First down of the inning. So on 2-1, Polanco tried to bunt down the line, but it went foul. One out in the 7th. Here's Buxton. What a wild at-bat that turned out to be. First pitch on its way to Buxton. Whoa, high slider.
Nice take by the batter
Ball
right
one.
there, but that's a non-competitive off-speed pitch. Got to do better.
I have to suspect.
Now the 1-0.
Buxton swings. That's hit hard into left. Fan giving chase. He catches it out the track. 2 outs in the inning. Another hard hit ball into left. Pham again with that broken bone in his arm.
Flew out last time up.
Runs it down at the track. 2 outs in the 7th. Darvish trying to get out of this inning. 1, 2, 3. In a 2-run game. That misses ball one.
Below the zone, in fact.
You're at the top of the order, though, for Minnesota coming up in the 8th. And they're not out of this game. The top 6 of their order would come up in the 8th and the 9th in a 2-run game. So if you're Minnesota, you like where you're at, and you're not out of the woods.
2 outs here.
And if you're San Diego, you're very much still in this game.
That lineup turning over in an inning if you can help it.
3-0 to Carver.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
3-0 on its way to Mitch Garver.
Now the 3-0 offering. That
was hit hard, but fouled away. 3-1.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out.
Walk! 2-out walk to Garver.
He's issued here into his 7th inning of work.
And that whole at bat, I feel like he really didn't want to challenge him. And I'm really surprised by that because I think this is a guy in the bottom third of the order. You have to go.
Simmons up. 0 for 3 tonight. 3rd straight inning, the Twins have gotten the tying run to the plate. Can they deliver here in the 7th in a 2-run game? That hits the corner. Strike one.
He takes a cold strike one.
We're moving along into the later innings, and this guy's throwing over 60% of his first pitches for strikes.
The look over now, the 0-1. That hits the opposite corner. 0-2. 2 back-to-back great cutters by Darvish. Froze Simmons on the corners. Now the chance to get out of this inning. And he swings. Simmons swung at 0-2 inside, inning over. Darvish out of trouble. 3 straight innings. The Twins have gotten the tying run to the plate. All 3 innings, Darvish has gone out of it. We go to the 8th in game 4. 4-2. San Diego lead. Cronenworth now up.
And set to go is the second baseman.
Fly out back in the 5th. We're in the 8th inning here in game 4 of the World Series. Padres with a 2-run lead.
A ball and no strikes.
Misses ball one. Ground ball. Foul. 1-1.
Now here's the pitch.
Miss ball 2.
It's ball 2. And this one's gonna bounce
3-1.
up to the plate. And
With
easy
Tatis
take
on
there. It's
deck.
3-1 now.
Cronenworth, Tatis, Machado lead off the 8th. 3-1 to Cronenworth.
Tapped up the
He
third base
swung at
line.
3-1. It's 3-2 now. Ground to their feet. Shoemaker a chance.
Sent
Hit
on
on
the
to
ground,
second.
out to
Rice
second.
is there. 1 out in the
Throw on
8th.
First in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8. And a look there at the starter comparison, telling the story of the ball game. One guy still going and pitching well. The other one long since departed for the showers.
Here is
Fernando
Tatis.
Jr. will stand
Biggest
in.
swing of the night so far. The 3-run home run with 2 outs in the 5th. That gave the Padres a 4-0 lead. Into the second deck here at Target Field. His first home run of the postseason.
First pitch on its way.
In a 2-run game. Swung on and hit hard to left. That ball will die at the edge of the track. 2 outs in the 8th. 1 pitch fly out for Tatis. Here comes Machado. What a job, though, that Matt Shoemaker, has done out of the bullpen here in these middle innings here of Game 4. Especially after that home run by Tatis. He's kept the Twins right in this game. That's a foul ball, strike 1. Twins are down to their last 6 outs of their season.
Machado now on
And 2 runs in the game.
Now a splitter, and he lays
That's a splitter, misses ball 1.
Getting late, 4-2 our score as we play the 8th inning.
Hit on to second. A Rice is there on a 1-2-3-8 for Matt Shoemaker. And a Rice will drop the glove and pick up a bat. He leads off the 8th with Donaldson and Sano. 4-2 San Diego lead. Going to the bottom of the 8th.
Mark Melanson is on
Melanson now in.
the bottom half of the 8th.
Here in the bottom of the 8th in Game 4.
Bottom of inning number 8.
A Rice 0 for 3 with a fly out in the 6th.
Luis Arias.
The power of this Twins lineup comes to the plate in a 2-run game, trying to extend their season to Game 5. A Rice swings, strike 1. Hit on 0-1. That ball is going to be caught by Pham. A 2-pitch flyout for a Rice. 0 for 4 in this Game 4.
So his day over now as you get a look at the pitching line for the
Darvish goes 7, gives up 2 runs, 9 strikeouts. Donaldson 2 for 3 with 1 out of the 8th. That swung on the first pitch, but it's a flyout. 3 pitches, 2 outs for Mark Melanson. And now here comes Sano. Twins very quickly down to the last 4 outs of the game.
He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch.
Here's the first pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 1.
Well, they've really had an answer for keeping him in check in this series.
We said the power of the order coming up in the 8th. Melanson's only thrown 4 pitches, and he's 2 strikes away from getting out of the 8th inning. Kepler would lead off the 9th if Donaldson can't, or Sano can't get on. 0-2.
Water that time for strike 2.
I know closers are known for having the
0-2.
stuff on the team.
Missed. 1-2.
Devastating off speed. But they'd be lying if they didn't say they wanted a 2-run, 3-run lead. That's exactly what this guy has a chance to do. Hand it to that monster.
1-2 on its way. Swung on and missed. Just 7 pitches for Melanson to get out of the inning. Twins are down to the last 3 outs. 2 runs down. We go to the 9th in Game 4. Here's Will Myers, 2 for 3, a double, a single, and a run scored. Shoemaker will stay on here in the 9th. That hits the knees in the zone, strike 1. fouled off 0-2.
Nothing in 2 count and the pitch.
Way outside, ball 1. Myers lays off. Hit hard into right, but it's going to go foul.
But this is going to wind up a foul ball.
And now the Commissioner's Trophy.
Another 1-2.
Strike 3. 1 out in the ninth. The Commissioner's Trophy now is being taken out of the locker rooms and will start to head to field level. Keela's going to come on in the ninth with a 2-run lead at least. That's ball 1. Twins are down to their last 3 outs with their season on the line, needing at least 3 runs against the most dominant reliever of this entire postseason. Ball 2 to Grisham.
It's a lot easier to hit when you're putting yourself in good hitters' counts. This guy's done a great job not swinging at pitchers' pitches. And when he's getting the ball in the zone, he's getting the barrel to it. He's been hot lately.
3-0 to Grisham. Profar on deck.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Taking all the way.
That hits the corner. Strike 1.
There, it's 3-1 now. 4 pitches, all takes. They're showing a lot of patience here.
And I like that from a
3-1.
guy like him, Eddie. He can do a lot of damage.
Hit hard, fouled off 3-2.
So there's no reason
Shoemaker's worked the count back full.
He's not getting anything to handle.
This is his 4th full inning of work in this game 4. Strike 3. Got him looking. Grisham wanted to swing, pulled it back. It didn't matter. Hit the zone. Strike 3, 2 outs in the ninth. That's a great pitch there by Shoemaker. What a job, though, he's done out of this pen to keep the Padres in check. That hits the corner. Strike 1. Kepler leads off the ninth. He has both of Minnesota's runs in this game 4. Twins need 3 more to save their season, where the Padres are world champs. 0-2 to Profar.
In my opinion, one of the toughest pitches in the game to square up. Just a heavy sinker.
Fouled off into left. Full 0-2. Got him looking. Back-to-back strikeouts for Shoemaker to end the ninth. Twins down to their last 3 outs. Keela will look to give the Padres a championship. Up 2, bottom of the ninth in game 4.
Takes the ball now in inning
Here is Kella, 8 for 8 on saves in this postseason. If he goes 9 for 9, the Padres win their first world championship. If he doesn't, the Twins season stays alive. Here's Kepler to lead it off in the ninth. Battle, this is going to be the lead off the ninth inning. The best reliever in this postseason against arguably its most clutch hitter. Fans on their feet at Target Field. Twins down to the last 3 outs of the season. Ball 1 to Kepler. Kella 8 for 8 on saves in this playoffs. Looking for his 9th. And give the Padres their first world championship. That's hit hard in the left. Foul. And they got the shift on against Kepler. If he can pull this ball down the line and left, it's easily a leadoff double. Interesting strategy here by the Padres.
Can't find the zone.
Way outside, ball 2.
Looked like he was a little over-aggressive there to throw that nasty
Crowd on their feet. Over 45,000 here in Target Field.
Now the 2-1.
Missed ball 3.
Yeah, well, down
Cave on deck.
They gladly take a leadoff walk right here. Anything to get a base runner on and get that tying run to the plate.
Crowd to their feet. Here's the 3-1. Missed ball 4. Kepler draws a leadoff walk against Keela here in the ninth. Now will step Cave. 1 for 3, single in the fifth.
Now with nobody out, and it'll be the left-handed bat of Jake Cave digging in.
Do the Twins have one more bit of magic left in them against the most dominant reliever in the postseason? 1-0 to Cave.
That's ball 1. Kepler gets his lead at first, nobody out.
Way outside ball 2. 7 balls, 1 strike for 6 balls rather, 1 strike for Keela here in the ninth.
Seemed to be the way to go right here.
On its way to Jake Cave. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. Great pitch. Great fastball at the knees. And got Cave to chase one. 2-1. Missed. Ball 3.
Pumped up and looks the part.
3-1.
The 3-1 pitch.
Swung on, fouled away. Full count.
Nobody out, runner on first.
Three-two.
He
Got him!
out. The third time he
Cave down on strikes. 1 out in the ninth. Great pitch there on 3-2 by Keon Kella. Unbelievable job by Kella. You knew Cave was going to swing at it. Inside fastball. Heck of a pitch there. Now here's Polanco. A double play ends the World Series. Now you got to be aware of that. Ball 1 in the dirt. Polanco 0 for 3. If the game continues, Buxton is on deck. You remember what he did in Game 3 in this building in the ALCS to tie the game. He might have to do it again in Game 4 in the World Series. That's a ground ball to short. The Padres win the... No, they don't. The throw was wide. Throw was wide. I started to make the call. The throw from second was wide. Polanco's on first. World Series continues. Oh, my goodness. I thought it was over. But the throw by Cronenworth, oh, my goodness, all the pressure of your first championship right there in your hands. And the goes wide. Oh, my goodness gracious. So now it is Buxton with 1 on and 2 outs in the ninth. Padres were that close to winning the World Series. A throw by Cronenworth went wide. Polanco in at first.
Here's the first pitch.
Missed high, ball 1. Carver on deck if the game continues past this at bat. Buxton trying to deliver in another big moment in this postseason. That's hit in the center. That's going to be caught by Grisham. The San Diego Padres are world champions.
City now has America's finest baseball team. The Padres are World Series champions.
Wow, World Series champions. The only thing that could have made this sweeter would have been doing it in front of the home crowd. But hey, they're not complaining, believe me. Now they can look forward to celebrating during the parade as they bring the World Series trophy home. What a moment
The
for this
magical
team,
run of the
this
Twins
organization,
dies in the
that
World
city.
Series. But for the first time in franchise history, the San Diego Padres have won a World Championship. An 11-1 postseason run gives San Diego their first ring.
More reactions now to this series-clinching victory.
The ecstasy
And down on the field,
of victory.
to watch the presentation of the Commissioner's Trophy to the new
Fernando Tatis Jr. one of the young superstars in this game, has cemented himself in baseball history. He's got a world championship.
And our entire fall classic crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian.
What a season it has been here in MLB The Show. What a postseason run by San Diego, 11-1. Keon Keela, 9 for 9 on saves. In this postseason, one of the all-time runs you'll ever see. Darvish gets the win, Smeltzer the loss.
They left 6 men on base. Time of the ball game.
Wow, what a run by you gotta give Minnesota credit. Who would have thought Minnesota would be here in the World Series when the season began? Not many. But here they were. They get swept. Their magical run ends in the World Series with the Padres sweeping Minnesota to win their first World Championship. San Diego lost one game in the entire postseason. It was Game 1 of the NLCS at home in San Diego, Petco Park. They won every other game, including 2 epic comebacks against the Dodgers in the division series. The Twins did not score more than 2 runs in any game in this World Series. What a job of this Padres pitching staff to get him to this title. Tatis had not hit a home run in the entire postseason until tonight. The 3-run home run in the 5th into the 2nd deck, that was the difference, and made it 4-0. Kepler did everything he could, but it wasn't enough. And this Twins run that started out with a Game 163 against the Indians to win the AL Central comes to an end at home in a Game 4 of the World Series. And that'll be the end of the Season 1 run here on MLB The Show 21. What a season it's been for these last near 7 months. Started in March with 30 teams of one dream. It ends here tonight on November 1st with the Padres winning it all. In all seriousness, though, it has been an absolute pleasure to deliver you some of this incredible season here on Twitch. The entire postseason run, all the videos, at least by the end of tonight, will be uploaded onto YouTube so you can watch this entire incredible run of this postseason. Season 2 will begin soon. Gonna take a little bit of a break. And what a run by the San Diego Padres for the first time in their franchise history. San Diego's bringing home a world title. They win the World Series in 4. Final score 4-2. Thank you for joining us all season long. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next season. Padres are world champs in 21.